Dan Bernanke is the chairman of the Federal Reserve, and his recent speeches have included these words. The outlook remains unusually uncertain, the adjective unusually uncertain, indicating that the top policymakers in the US is very concerned about the direction of the economy, not knowing whether it could go fast, slow down, or possibly go into a recession. Alan Greenspan is no longer a policymaker, but he was interviewed in one major TV network about his view about the economic outlook in the US. And when the question was asked, is the US going to encounter another second recession, just as the economy is coming out of the recession? And Greenspan said, definitely not. We will not have another recession. But he added a caveat to say that, however, if there is a measurable decline in home values, then there could be a second recession. Alan Greenspan was a big believer in the housing wealth's impact to the economy. If the home prices rose, people feel more comfortable about their finances and went out and spend. While when home prices decline, exactly the opposite. So Alan Greenspan is only monitoring home values at this point. There is a James Bullard, who is another policymaker, who is a voting member of the monetary policy. He's not a dictatorship. Ben Bernanke does not decide the policy by himself. There is a committee, and the committee votes. And James Bullard is someone that you would not know, but he is a voting member from St. Louis Federal Reserve. And he has been commenting that the US is very close to Japanese-style deflationary outcome. Deflation, meaning that he's very concerned that prices will fall, and fall. Not only home values, but price of everything. Price of tomatoes, price of just furniture, price of automobile, everything will fall. Thomas Honig is another policymaker, another person that you would not know. He's from Kansas City. And he is concerned not with deflation, but he is concerned with inflation, where prices of everything is rising fast. He is saying we are printing way too much money. And if you print money, there will be an eventual inflation down the line. And for people, some of you who are able to come to New Orleans, Thomas Honig would be the speaker in one of the sessions. Now let's look at the hard data as to what the economy is doing. GDP is a measurement of the total production in the US economy, and it is growing, but without that robustness, without that vigor. One sees that in the past 4 quarters, it is positive. Economy is expanding, which is the reason why economists would say we are out of the recession, statistically speaking. You ask a non-economist, person out in Main Street, is the economy out of the recession? And they will say no, we are suffering the pain because unemployment rate is still high. But in terms of production, we are producing more. In the past 4 quarters indicate that we are producing more. But the Main Street is saying that we are still in a recession because the job creation pace is very, very slow. Recent past recession had 8 million job losses in the US, 8 million. Now there is some job creation, but it is not an 8 million job creation. It is less than 1 million. So after down by 8 million, to have a less than 1 million job creation, it certainly does not feel like we are out of the recession. But the good news here is the economy turned the corner. So rather than down, 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 it is now beginning to show up, up. It's going to take many up to fully recover those job losses, but at least it appears to have turned the corner.